This is Cassils.
My name is Cassils.
This incredibly talented and interesting artist was completely new to me, and I was surprised I had never seen their work before and was greatly impacted by it. Cassils is a personal trainer, bodybuilder, stunt performer, ex semi pro boxer. On top of those skills, they have a master's in fine arts. Cassils is a visual artist and a live performer. They often say that live performance is the germ of their work, and that they use physical action the way a painter would use their materials on a canvas. As an athlete interested in endurance, this idea runs throughout their work.
Exercise is a metaphor that you can apply. You have to break things down to build things up.
The LGBT community, specifically the trans community, is central to Cassils' work. They explore power relations and the trials of violence, representation, struggle, and survival. They have explained that while they cannot speak for all trans people, they hope to generate a dialogue around not just their lived experience, but other injustices that need to be discussed. One work I want to highlight is 103 Shots. The project is a filmed series of queer couples embracing, popping a balloon between them, the sound reminiscent of gunshots. It's simple, but powerful, reflecting the way that queer love, something sacred and beautiful, becomes the target of violence. Violence on a systemic level is addressed in their durational project and performance called Pissed. On February 23, 2017, Donald Trump rescinded Obama-era policies allowing trans students to use their bathroom of choice at school. Cassils spent the 6 months following collecting their own urine, ending with 200 gallons. They describe the work as something that hyper-performs the feeling many trans people feel on a daily basis, holding back their physical needs out of discomfort or fear. The physical burden placed on an individual body when bathroom access is restricted by a discriminatory policy. A project like this requires an incredible amount of endurance and ambition. Yes, it's pretty gross, but so is policing someone's gender identity and where they can go for basic human needs. Cassils' most famous work, Becoming an Image, is part of their Monument project. In this performance, they beat, kick, and throw themselves against a 1,500-pound wad of clay. Set in complete darkness, the only source of light is a photographer, taking periodic flash pictures, giving a glimpse of suspended photographs. The work is a metaphor for violence against trans bodies, and the roles of the witness, the aggressor, and the documenter. Acts of violence and hate are often left out of the general narrative, with queer trans lives missing from historical representation. This is why the piece was intentionally performed in a gutted studio space at the Gay and Lesbian National Archives. The performance has toured and been done many times, but in some cases continued into its own life as a work of art. The bashed clay is cast into a bronze sculpture entitled Resilience of the 20%. This refers to the alarming statistic that murders of trans people since 2012 have increased by 20%. The sculpture lived on in yet another work, entitled Monument Push, which debuted in a 4-hour performance where the 1,900-pound piece was pushed through the streets of Omaha, Nebraska in tribute to its LGBT history. Cassils, the Bemis Center of Contemporary Art, as well as members of Omaha's LGBT community, worked with allies and advocates to, quote, choose local sites of trauma, violence, celebration, resistance, and resilience. Sites included the biggest prison in the Midwest and the site of Omaha's first Pride Parade. Cassils' work continues to inspire conversations about the LGBT communities past and present.
I'm open to the right opportunities for presentation, and should you want to further support my practice, come talk to me. Thank you.